down to Monument visit.
Oh, okay, it worked.
Okay, let me put that, okay, get that off. Visit friends in Durango, and then she has to be back up here on the 28th to go to a wedding up in Denver on the 29th, so it'll be good. It'll be about 18 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Did you happen to watch the Colorado-Nebraska game?
Unfortunately, I did.
Yeah.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, Dion has to go.
Yeah.
All things I read where Nebraska wants Dion as their coach. Anyway, yeah, Bill Bradish, I told him I'd be rooting for Nebraska since I was born there, and he said that's not permissible. He absolutely. So I thought I'd rib him a little bit about it. And, but I pull for Colorado the rest of the year. And
yeah, I think it's going to be a long year.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Maryland won last week, 50-7, I think, and they evidently got the big head. And they played Michigan State yesterday and lost. And Notre Dame last week won their game, not by much, but they won it. And they were talking about, well, man, they'll probably have a perfect season. And they lost yesterday. And they probably, went to their head. They thought we're really good. And I know I've told this story no fewer than 100,000 times. When I was at NIH, I played a lot of tennis, and this other guy and myself, Ron Edwards, and I were we played two of the best players at NIH, and we won the first set handily. And I went up to Ron and I said, I think we got this one in the bank, man. I said, this is a piece of cake, like that. We could have put our rackets in. I never, ever, as much as I coached basketball for 9 years, baseball for 8. I didn't care if we were winning by 76 runs or 50 points. I never told them we got this in the cake. That was a lesson learned, because up here, once you're really good, where are you going to go from there? Either stay the same. And the momentum dropped, and I could see it in the Maryland game where they were riding on the previous week. And Notre Dame lost. I don't know, like Western Indiana or somebody I never heard of. But interesting, when I watched that game, the coach said this, with all the hoopla about playing Notre Dame, he said, no, he said, we're here on a business trip. And I got to commend, that's a heck of a thing. I'll remember that. They weren't interested in who you are or your record. And they showed Notre Dame up. They were number 5 in the nation. So it does happen. And when you get thinking how good you are, it won't take much to take that away. So, yeah.
Broncos are losing by 6 with 2 minutes to go.
Oh, who is?
Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think Bo has a little bit of, he needs a little bit more experience. They're running him all around the place today.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bo being Bo who?
Bo Nix, that used to be at Oregon.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that name, but
yeah, they named him the starting quarterback. He's just a first-year guy, but he did okay at the preseason. But this isn't preseason. They get serious. Yeah, they get serious now.
Okay, Google. What is the Washington Commander score?
What?
The Commanders are trailing the Buccaneers 37-14 in the fourth quarter.
Okay, Commanders are losing 37-14. That's our team. It used to be the Redskins.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah. Washington Commanders. It used to be the Washington Redskins, but somebody was offended by that.
I think they were losing too, weren't they?
Yeah, they're losing 30. I just asked Google here, 37-14. And,
is it?
Yeah. So anyway, that game, because it's in the fourth quarter, they probably have 5 minutes left. But and I think in the last, we'll say 9 years, the Redskins have probably had 9 quarterbacks. and each one is going to take you to the promised land. So nice when that happens.
Mhm.
But you know,
Lombardi coached there, didn't he, for a while?
who?
Vince Lombardi?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we had it. Yes, he did. And
Yeah.
see, those were back in the days where you had your Joe Theismanns and Sonny Jurgensen's. I mean, somehow back then you didn't have, even if they lost the game, the town was with them. Your Dexter Manleys, your Art Monks. I mean, you had names that people knew. Now these players, they're just names. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but there really is something to it. And I'm sure on the sports shows here, if they don't win, and they look pretty bad today, and we were told, boy, this is our year. Well, if this is our year, folks, and Tampa Bay wasn't all that good in the past, but that's the way it is. I'm more, I never watched women's basketball, but with Caitlin Clark, you better believe I watch every game she plays.
Mhm.
And when they played Maryland last year, I was going to try to get a ticket. And unless you had $2,000, keep your money in your pocket.
Oh, really? Wow.
But that was just in college, and they said they sell out everywhere she goes.
Yeah. I've watched a few women's pro games,
Yeah.
and I think they're rougher than men.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Much more.
WNBA. Yeah.
Yeah, much more.
I had friends whose daughters played high school basketball. They leave they just leave them for dead. Boy, I mean, they are rougher. There's no question about that.
Yeah, there's a lot more pushing and grabbing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you broke my fingernail. What?
Yeah.
Broke a fingernail.
The, the officials could stop that, but I think the management would rather that go on.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Or
that's
it
what
could
they
be
want to see.
stopped in an instant.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark is a marked woman. I read all kinds of stuff where they're after her. They would be. They always go after the successful. I played a lot of basketball, just shooting around and all that. We had a kid. He lived over by us. He went to Montrose Christian. That happened to be. They won the national championship, and in most years that he played, they were number 4, 5, 6 in the nation. And his name is Linus Klezoff. He wound up in the NBA. But he used to be over here, and you'd get these guys my size and a little bit bigger, and they would try to push them around, go for a rebound. You're looking at somebody going into the NBA in the future. He played for Missouri for a couple of years, and nicest kid you ever meet. But you could see they were trying to I pushed the big guy around. Well, that's nice to do, but under normal circumstances. And that was something. They had a guy 6'11" and 6'8". We used to shoot here over at the school, and what a thrill it is just to be on a court with guys like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't compare myself to them, not even a little bit, but the thrill of watching and seeing them in action and actually getting to know them. And I went to all their games, and it was always, it was something to see. But wow, I kind of thought, is Carol on vacation now?
Nope, I don't know why she isn't here.
Yeah, she sent me an email 20 minutes before this started. I guess Nick DeSalvo and Joan had a date for
They had an August birthday party for everybody in the family was born in August, and there must have been 100 presents on the
wow.
dining room table. I'll tell you what, when God told them to be God, they begodded. I think they have 26 grandchildren, 13 or 15 great grandchildren now.
Nick and Joan?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess being around those dogs all the time there, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well, they don't have the dogs anymore, unfortunately, because the greyhound is gone. There hasn't been any greyhound racing now for 15 years or 20 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of a shame. But their son Tony trains hunting dogs, so they always have a dog in the kennels for them to train. But I just cannot get them on. I don't know why they will not get on the Zoom.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
there are really quite a few that I would say that about. I
Yep.
talked to Dale Markowski, and he said, well, he doesn't like media type things. Mike Novak kind of said that too, that he just doesn't, he considers us media. And Joe Oakey, Mark Oakey, I guess, said that he thinks he's going to be joining on sometime, but and I've had a few other. I emailed Jacqueline Beyond the Willow to see if she could give me the date when John passed away, and she never got back with me on that. I was hoping she would, and I tried to call her phone, and it's a bad number now. So there are 7 people we don't have a date of passing on that, and I just got the other one, so I'll send that out again, update it. And you got those, right? When I send those out?
Yes, did. Thank you. But I have no idea on the dates on any of those people.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't either.
it kind of depend on whoever happens to know type thing, you know, of all the people, everybody may know one, and so out of 23, we have 16, I think now. So we just have 7 more names. Mike Blavey and Jim Anna, and somebody emailed me and told me that Jim Anna died in 1999, but I would like to have the date itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow,
I
go ahead.
I thought they both Mike Blamey and James Eck died in the 80s. I mean, they were not old at all. I mean, they were not. I think they were still in their 30s.
I remember when Mike Blamey died, but
Right. Did you know the exact day? No, don't know that. Yeah.
it was probably in the 70s. It
Yeah,
was,
I think Mike was in the 70s and James Eck, I thought was in the 80s, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
and,
Well, the same with Jim Anna.
or I'm sorry,
Um,
that's what I meant. Yeah,
We just barely got out of college, and I think he married, and he died almost right away. Well, he
Mm.
drowned.
he was mountain climbing or something and fell.
What's that?
Was he mountain climbing or something? Somebody told me he fell.
Oh,
Jim Anna.
Yeah, he was in water.
Oh, it was in the water.
Yeah.
I know Jim Eck was water. He had a
I see.
aneurysm when he was scuba diving,
Oh,
Yeah.
but I don't know about Anna.
Yeah, somebody told me he took a fall of some kind and it might have been in the water, but anyhow, I mean, that happens. And it's not critical that we get those. It would be nice, you know, if we could fill that out in time.
Uh,
And, you know, with time something like that's happening, you don't look 20 or 30 years down the line. But,
do you think that the library has the microfiche from the chieftain for the obituaries?
well, that's a possibility.
our Rockville library had microfiche.
Yeah, I mean, they might have those, yeah. Because the names of the people, let me see here, I don't know if I have that list handy. But,
I mean, they were all from Pueblo, so you'd think that they would have an obit in there.
yeah, you would think so,
Yeah.
but, yeah, here we are right here. Yeah, because the ones we don't have, Jim Anna, Mike Blamey, Jim Eck, Diaz Sikora, Marty Spelich, Loretta Thompson, and John Zeltel. Loretta Thompson, when she got married, do you have any idea what her maiden name was?
Okay, I I thought I thought her name was Thompson. But she had the long blonde hair, I remember, Loretta.
She, that was her name, going to high school. I'm not, if she got married though, I don't know what her maiden name was.
Or her married name.
Well, yeah,
Anyway, I
that-
don't have a clue. I know.
I don't either. And,
There's Yvonne trying to get on.
Oh,
oh. I must have missed that. Okay,
can you help her get on?
well, I can't help her get on. She-
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
We can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
Okay, and I can't, it says start video and I can't on this stupid computer. I got another one now. It's one my kids gave me, another one my kids gave me. So
It's as stupid as the other one, huh, Yvonne?
it's as stupid as the other one. That's right. It couldn't be user.
Oh,
But I'll just listen to Guy. How are you guys doing?
Okay,
doing well.
Good.
Yvonne, you have a thing that says video with a line through it?
It says start video and it's got a line through it and I'm hitting that, but nothing's happening. It doesn't start it. So I don't want to cut you guys off, so I don't want to do too much. It's it's the user that's crazy.
No.
It just won't, I don't know what, my kids said they would help me. And of course, we've been so busy. We had a sudden death in the family about 10 days ago. She was a niece by marriage, but knew her. And she was 51 years old and she had a massive heart attack.
Oh, my.
Yeah, one morning. And she left a 7-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 15-year-old son, 3 sons. It's so sad. And, so I stayed here. I don't go. It's my ex-husband's side of the family, but I know them all.
Mhm.
And, but the 4 of my daughters went and we've been communicating with them and it's so sad. And I stay home and I get the mail for everybody and I pick up the water the plants and do all that for my kids. But it's so sad. You just never know. It makes you really consider your time here on earth and
Sure does.
just make it. Well, you guys all look wonderful.
Oh, boy. Can we take
How
a-
are you? Are everybody staying healthy, I hope?
Yeah.
Yeah, some things, but nothing, serious. So,
Yeah, well,
They tested my mental health. They said a lot of questions there. So
yeah.
nothing new. Hell, I've been that way for years.
well, I was at my first. I have one great granddaughter, and she turned 7 on 7. She turned 1 on the 7th, and they had the birthday party today. And so I drove with some of my daughters to Columbia, Missouri, which was about an hour and a half from here. So at least I got to see her. She's going to be 6'5". Her mom's 5'9" and her dad is 6'4".
Oh, wow.
And she's 1 year old, but she's wearing 18 months to 2-year-old size. Yeah, she's going to be a tall baby. She's not, fat, but she's just going to be a tall kiddo. Not like her grandma. I'm shrinking, you know that.
Oh, I cannot believe how much I've shrunk.
I know.
They tell you, from what they tell me, 5 inches. I said I couldn't have lost 5 inches.
Oh, wow. Well,
I know.
I've lost a couple, but I always go, oh, I don't think that's right. You're not measuring me right. But
That's what I say too.
yeah, but I know a couple. I know I've shrunk a couple inches, but you men,
Yeah.
what do you guys do?
I may have lost an inch. I used to be 5'8", now I'm 5'7".
Yeah. How about you, Ed?
My granddaughter finally got settled in at UCCS.
Oh,
We went up there about a week ago and saw her dorm room and everything.
Oh, wonderful.
Is
Wow.
She seems to enjoy it.
Is she a freshman?
There's two girls in there with her. They each have separate bedrooms, but they share the other stuff.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh.
That's
Boy,
awesome.
that campus is huge. It's
Yep.
unreal. I didn't realize it was that big.
Well, I have
And she's lucky because my son, he works there, and his office is right across street from her dorm.
Oh,
And not even a street, just across, in the same area.
well,
And I
I
told her, I think you chose that dorm because there's a coffee shop right there.
uh-huh.
Yeah. What does your son do?
What's that?
What does your son do?
He's
What's his job there?
he's in charge of where you sign up people who have dropped out of school and kids from other, like in high schools and stuff. I
Uh-huh.
can't remember the term for it, but he works with those people to try to get them back in and get them back in school and get their degrees.
Nice.
And he works with a bunch of high schools so their kids take courses through UCCS online.
well, I have 4 grandchildren at the University of Missouri right now.
Oh, wow.
Of course, I have a lot of grandchildren, so I should have more there, right? But I got to see 3 of them this afternoon at the birthday party, so it was fun. Always
So
fun.
how many grandchildren do you have? I want to know if it's either you or Joan DeSalvo who have the most.
I have 21.
Yeah, I think she has 25 or so.
Yeah.
And she has 13 or 14 great grandchildren.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just
I
had
know it.
another. Wow.
Are
Are they? Are they?
saw them at an August birthday party because Joan's August 4th. So Carol came up from Beulah and I went down from Colorado Springs and saw them.
Right
And it was nice talking. But both Carol and I left before they started opening presents because we would have been there till 1 o'clock in the morning. I have never seen a table with so many bags on it in my life.
Wow.
Well, there probably were 15 people that had birthdays that month.
Oh my gosh.
So- And they buy for everyone. So anyway, I mean, it wasn't Joan and Nick that gave all those, it was the nieces and nephews, the aunts and uncles, who adopted a do whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was packed, but it was
Wow.
fun. Like I was saying before you came on, I wish I could get them to come on the Zoom, but
Yeah, I do too. Are they
Yeah.
still up there by Canyon City?
oh yeah, they're still in Penrose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, several years ago, I went up when my grandkids were much younger, had to be 7 or 8 years ago. And we drove up there, and my kids still remember going up there and seeing all the dogs when they were doing the dog things and the pens.
Yeah,
That's
the greyhounds. Mm-hmm.
That's
But
wonderful.
they don't do that anymore. So
Yeah, I didn't think they did, but we talk when my grandkids and I get together, that we
Yeah.
still talk about that because it was so much fun and they loved all the animals, of course, all kids do, but yeah.
uh-huh.
I thought maybe Ralph would be on today because they were showing on the crawl last night on one of the stations that Penrose was getting a really heavy rain with some hail and strong winds,
Oh my,
but they didn't say anything about it on the news.
Yeah, lately they've been getting really a lot of moisture. It's wonderful for them, and it is soaking in. I mean, I don't think they're flooding at all, but that little reservoir up there, I bet that's full.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
even remember
saying
the name of it.
there'd
The one that's just a little bit west of Penrose, on the north side of 50. Anyway, it's good.
well, you guys,
well, they were talking hail and strong winds and trees blowing down.
Yeah.
So I don't-
Mhm.
maybe
You
they'll
guys
say
are
it.
getting weird weather lately, haven't you? In Colorado? Has it
No,
been?
we've been getting some of our monsoons, and it's so nice to get those back.
Yeah.
We're really clouding up. I just looked out, so we're probably going to get another rain tonight.
You
Wow.
probably will. We're blue sky up here.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Colorado Springs doesn't get much moisture and doesn't get much snow in the wintertime either anymore. I'm sure you can all remember how much snow Pueblo used to get and up here used to get.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh my
it snowed on
gosh.
Pikes Peak the other day.
Yeah,
that-
I guess you had to catch it this when the sun rose because it melted in 2 seconds. But I guess there was some dusting up there.
That's
My
funny.
son's title is Director of Extended Studies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what it involves.
Mhm.
So he doesn't actually have classes or things like that on the campus. He just works with outlying people.
Uh-huh. That's-
Well, I tried this this computer that my kids gave me, and I had a Zoom session. I'm still on our board at the HOA board here in O'Fallon, and it worked with them. So I don't know, so I thought I would try this and see what happened here, but I guess I don't know. It's like I said, it's user pop the one. I don't
Mine's
know.
the opposite. My picture comes on, but I have to mess around to get the sound.
Well, if my kids ever, get up here, I'm messing around with this. I hope I don't lose you, but I think the time's almost up anyway, right?
About
Couple of minutes, minute 40.
Couple minutes, yeah.
Well, we might have a few good stories to tell you next time. Should be back from the camping trip because it's the second Sunday of the month. So I'm not sure when that would be. I get back here. I'll be home 2 days, and then I'm meeting friends from Kansas and going to Scott State Park in Kansas. So I won't be back till the 6th. So it'd probably be the next Sunday. Anyway, we should have some stories for you.
That sounds good. And hopefully I'll get this thing. I don't know. Now you're recording this. I don't know if that has anything to do with me not being to start video, but this, like I said, my kids gave me this laptop and it's an older one too. So we'll see. Maybe maybe you can see me next time.
Yeah, the recording didn't start until about 12 minutes after we started here. I couldn't get it going for some reason.
Oh yeah. It looks like we still have 9 minutes remaining. It says, right?
I'd say about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, mine
Less
shows.
than a minute.
Yeah, we're at 39 minutes and 40 seconds now.
Well, it's always good to see you guys, and thanks, Ron, for doing this as usual.
Oh, absolutely.
See if you can figure out if we can get other people to join, what it would take. Ralph Martin said if we changed the time that he might be able to get on.
To what?
It's too bad we can't do a potluck because if we have food, they come.